What's up? Happy Sunday, y'all. August 1st, 2021. Halfcast 95. Great year. Oh, how was everyone's weekend? I hope everything went well. Let's get back to getting this goddamn money. Yes, good things. Wish him good things. Great things. Ah, name that tune. Ah, good evening, y'all. I am AJ. So I'm at 7-Eleven. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and I'm up for why, right? So I get there, and this you could tell they were on some type of drugs, some type of opioids. We got to keep it general now. It's opioids. It's not dope fiends. It's opioid enthusiasts. Opioid enthusiasts. But yeah, so I look at the woman, and she got flip flops on, white girl with black bottoms on her feet on the flip flops, so swollen ankles, which is a telltale sign that she probably was shooting up between her toes. The guy is in no better shape, and there's just this one girl behind the counter. She's there by herself, and this woman is giving her hell. She got the family first card, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but she wants to buy coffee and she wants to buy an egg salad sandwich. And the girl explains to her that you can't buy hot and cold food on the same transaction. You can buy it as long as there's money on the card, but you can't do it on the same transaction. So she cancels the transaction for the egg salad sandwich, right? Follow me now. And she goes through for the coffee. Everything is fine. She has the coffee. The woman has her coffee. This Karen has her coffee, and she's berating this woman. She's berating this lady, and she says, "Now I have to bring up the egg salad sandwich." And whoa, this woman just went crazy over the egg salad sandwich, in which the lady politely explained to her multiple times that we can't do hot and cold food on the EBT on the same transaction, which I deleted. Can I see the receipt? Yeah, here you go. At that point, I'm like, I really woke up to go to the store to witness this, right? First receipt, read it down to her. She couldn't see it. Like, oh, and just tell the girl, you don't know what you're doing. Now, okay, here it is. If you're from this part of town, you've seen this girl. She has been dealing with she's been dealing with opioid enthusiasts for the past 15 years, from when she was right down the street at the Burger King. And Burger King was where that was the nod off spot. They would steal from CH Martin and go nod off in Burger King. And she was there for the whole thing. So as far as I know, she goes back dealing with these people for at least 15 years. So she knows what these uh these enthusiasts, she knows what how you want to cheat somebody out of an egg sandwich. And she just goes outside, and I leave, and the lady is still whining and crying, like, come on, you had cash in your hand, and you're still trying to get over on this cashier over egg salad sandwich. And I hope when it hits the bottom of your man's stomach, it explodes like a nuclear bomb. That's what you get. I got some stories for y'all. What's up next? What's up first? Okay. Okay, good. I seem to have forgot what the hell I was doing for a second. Like I haven't done this over 100 times. Absolutely in self-defense. Criminal record clear for man who killed chimpanzee that escaped, allegedly went berserk 20 years ago. They said it like they caught the guys that escaped from Alcatraz. Yeah, this guy was on a run from Rawway. He just went left bodies in his wake. It's a goddamn monkey. But you killed Bubbles. But you killed, wasn't that Michael Jackson's chimp? You killed Bubbles. You killed Cheetah. That was Tarzan's chimp. It was a chimp. And we know now that chimps should not be kept for pets because no matter what, no matter how long you've had them, you can have them since they were babies. There's always that chance that if you aggravate them, who knows what aggravates them, that they'll just go off and rip your face off. So why are we having these things as pets? Still, we still having monkeys as pets. We're still keeping alligators, and they get too big. We got pythons. I read somewhere that in the United States has the most tigers in the world, and like some most of them aren't even in a damn zoo or something like that. It's weird. Why are we keeping these things? So the minute like you turn your back, there was a show where this guy had monitor lizards. Those are like the little versions of Komodo dragons, and they still get huge. And he thought he was immune because one of them had bit him. But you know, once it sets in, yeah, once it sets in, they wait for you to start to like for you to get infected. And he had like six of them as pets in his house. And when he didn't show up for work, they went to his apartment and found that the lizards were eating his dumb ass. He thought they were pets. And yeah, we all went. Yo, a Missouri man who in 2001 was, how are you facing life sentence for killing a goddamn chimp, though? That's what I wanted. A Missouri man who in 2001 was convicted of a felony after he killed a chimpanzee that escaped from a neighboring compound had his conviction expunged after 20 years. St. Louis based Fox affiliate. According to the report, Festus, Missouri resident, Festus, Missouri. Wow, how honky can you get? Resident Jason Coates, 37, will no longer have to deal with the former felon moniker that has plagued him. How do you have? How do they let that be on his record that he killed the chimp in self-defense? It's like, oh no. He that plagued him. He was only 17 years old, and he fatally shot one of three chimpanzees, which escaped from a recently disbanded Missouri Primate Foundation, April 19th, 2001. The facility housed more than 20 other animals at the time. See, he prevented Planet of the Apes. You don't know. You should be thinking he should get the key to Festus. You get the key to the city and it's Festus, and it's just nothing around there but just fucking dust and fucking what cactus trees, who was returning from a run to a local Dairy Queen. That's all that's in Festus, Missouri. That you got the key to Dairy Queen, the key to the town. With two other friends, he always maintained that the shooting was absolutely in self-defense because the three chimpanzees were trying to attack us. How can you say that they weren't? You can't say that they weren't. I will believe them. They threw my dog against the backyard and I tried to scare him off. I will believe that. These things have a history for being violent. They ran up, chased us back to the car, did $1,200 damage to the car trying to get into it after us. Coates told the television station, I'm telling you, it doesn't sound like he's making it. It sounds like I, it's hard to say if he's making it up or not because I wasn't there, but this sounds like their MO. Like this sounds like what they're capable of doing. Coates' friends corroborated his testimony during an ensuing trial, saying they were terrified after one of the large male chimp escapees named Coco. He was pissed that they kept calling him Coco for the past 5 years he was in the compound. You keep calling him Coco. Even in the chimpanzee world, that's a bitch's name. Bared his teeth, and I'm a goddamn alpha, damn it. His teeth at the teens and began pounding on the windows of their car. Coco was banging really hard, and I didn't know if the car window was going to break or not. Amanda McCullough, who was driving the car, testified during his trial. According to the St. Louis Post, Kenny Wright, who was also in the car, said the chimp Said the chimp Coach shot was trying to fight his dog. Yeah, damn. Coates testified he ran inside his home and grabbed his 20 gauge shotgun to help his friends. When he came back outside, they told him one of the apes was fighting his dog in front of the house. He reached the front of the house. He said that the chimp named Susie, you stop naming these chimps. You've been disrespecting them for this whole time. Turned toward him, fearing she was about to charge. Oh, it was actually a female. He fired 3 times. And don't call me Susie. I'm a woman. Women's rights. You call me Susan. We are not on a name basis. Killing the animal. However, one of Coates' neighbors testified that the chimp was sitting peacefully, and Coates shot it in the back. Come on. Now we have one of these bleeding hearts that said that the chimp, it was probably getting some shit together from between his legs to throw at him. Like misdemeanor animal abuse. He was sentenced to 30 days in prison plus fine. We don't know. I think those chimps went crazy. They were somewhere that they weren't. Defendant shall submit to the court for approval. The proposed text of letter said within 60 days of receiving the court's approval of the text, will submit all handwritten letters properly addressed. Stop that. Jared Goodman, a lawyer for PETA, apparently didn't get into the details of the Colts dilemma when asked about the matter by KTVI. Rather, he pondered the bigger picture. It's difficult. It's a difficult situation, but it just goes to show you the importance of assuring that these chimps are held in an adequate environment. You know what the adequate environment is? The environment where you fucking stole them from, where they've been living fine. They've been living just fine, and you want to keep them in a cage and take pictures and stare at them. And that's the adequate environment. That environment that you took these fucking animals from. Coates was quick to note that the closure of the chimpanzee containment complex just happened to coincide with the rubbishing of his court record. Yeah, come on. Being a felon holds you back in a lot of different ways. It just had you killed the chimp. It wasn't like you went on a shooting spree in a movie theater because of a movie that was called The Purge. So you just got to play it out, like along with the fuck out of here, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, yeah. A movie premiere comes out for a movie, and somebody wants to load up their guns and act out a scene or whatever the hell they thought they were doing. That shit off my page. Coco, what are you doing? Attorney now wants insanity defense for zombie hunter charged with murdering 2 young women in the early 90s. You go sit down with your client. Explain to me what happened, sir. And he says, I had to kill the 2 girls because they were about to turn into zombies. And the lawyer says, well, I'm gonna need money for this case. This is the last fucking time I do pro bono for any of you crazy folks. You putting my practice on the line. Zombies, really? And the guy says, yeah, I will tell you, but you won't believe me. Really? Try me. A zombie hunter? Really? What was this dude's name? Brian Patrick Miller. Sounds like a guy that just stays and plays video games all day till the lines of reality starts to blur. If the defense gets their way, the trial of a man charged with murdering 2 young women might get postponed again. The attorneys for Brian Patrick Miller, 49, is planning on insanity defense against claims he murdered Angela Brazo, 22, and Melanie Burnett, 17, in separate horrifying attacks. A lawyer filed last week stating he thinks his client is not psychologically fit to help. He's an idiot, Your Honor. No way we can try him as a person with all of his sense. He's a goddamn moron. You heard him speak. Trial is scheduled to begin September 21st. Prosecutor Vince Impordino called BS on the defense. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody throw a flag on the fucking play here, saying that Miller's attorneys did not tell him the basis of seeking a mental evaluation and instead filed paperwork under seal with the court. He asserted they were trying to just postpone the trial again. Yeah. You're not crazy. What, the zombies? Should have said vampires. Yeah, I would have went with vampires. This debate, you should have said monkeys. They were all chimps. They were trying to get them. The defendant has been in custody for 6 years. He reportedly wrote, he has been seen by multiple defense experts who have never even raised the possibility of insanity. See, this is just yet another in a long line of delaying tactics. Come on. Miller was arrested in 2015, but still has yet to face a jury. The trial even got delayed into this year because of COVID-19. Brasso's decapitated body was found after she did not return from a bike ride in November 92. Damn. Her head was found just days later in the Arizona canal. High school student Melanie Bernas was killed September 93. Like Angela, she was on a bike ride near Arizona Canal. She was found dead floating in the canal under interstate. That is a horrible way to go. That's a horrible way to find your daughters, to find your children, period. That's a horrible way to find any of your loved ones, for them to like just go out on an errand or a trip or just do something that they do every day, and they come back and everything's fine, and that one day they don't come back, it's just something in your soul, something in your heart knows that it's just not right. That is a real foul. It's foul. Semen evidence at both. Oh, come on. And oh no. He's sometimes called the zombie hunter in reports because of a nickname his neighbors have reportedly given him based on an eponymous bumper sticker on his car. Semen evidence at both crimes linked him as the suspect, authorities have said. And under, you see, you know what? You you know how you meet women. I'm gonna tie it. If you want to meet a nice girl, you don't try to kill her. You, especially at 49. At 49, you know what you do? You leave the house. Damn it, you leave your mom's basement. Turn off goddamn World of Warcraft, whatever you're doing, and just go out and say hi to a couple people. Semen evidence at both crimes linked them as the suspect. Authorities have said an undercover officer pretended to be a security company employee seeking help doing surveillance, and they met at a restaurant. Miller allegedly left behind DNA on a mug, and this was used to connect them to the crime. At least they got him. A judge dismissed the defense's attempt to quash that evidence. Yeah, yeah, it's his fucking DNA. There's no, yeah. Customers who walk to a restaurant's exit having left such items behind implicitly communicate their intent to abandon them. Judge Suzanne Cohen. Wow. Miller had at least two incidents in his past which he was charged with stabbing women. This is when the first time he did it, y'all should have got him away. The first time he did it, y'all should have put him away. Now you let him get away with it, and he's open to these type of people don't stop unless you stop them. You got to shut them down. You can't let them. There's no rehabilitating these people. There's no he's learned his lesson. There's none of that. Like, no, you got to either lock him away or you got to fucking like hang him or something. Like, yeah, it's fucked up to say, but these people don't rehabilitate. This crap off my page. Those type of folks do not rehabilitate. Oh, here I am, the deja vu button, because you keep clicking the same thing, Mr. Johnson. Oh, next up, damn, Texas woman murdered husband, fled to Mexico, got shot by Mexican authorities, and lived to face charges. This was all in one weekend. It was a hot girl weekend. Jesus. I don't know if it was a whole weekend. I think it was a whole weekend. Texas woman murdered husband, fled to Mexico, got shot by Mexican authorities, and lived to face charges. Look at that mugshot. At least her eyebrows, her hair was done, earrings and everything. Clara Jasmine Ledward, a Texas woman accused of murdering husband and evading capture for more than 2 months by fleeing to Mexico. Why did she kill him? Was taken into custody after being shot by law enforcement officers on Thursday, police said, according to a news release from the Odessa police. Officers arrested Clara Jasmine Letworth on Thursday evening at a Brewster County hospital in Alpine, Texas. She was then charged for murdering her husband. OPD, what did she, why? They never get into the gory details. I love the gory details. Early into the investigation, the police department Odessa became aware of the fact that Ms. Leonard fled to Mexico. Our partners with the FBI assisted by issuing an unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. On 7/29/2021, Clara Lever was taken into custody by Mexican authorities. During her arrest, Clara Lever sustained a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. The Mexican authorities extradited, took her ass right back. There you go. There you go. Located. Jacob Lever was found dead in a couple's home located in the 2000 block of 7th Street in Odessa. Following Jacob's death, Clara Letworth, they wanted her for questioning, but soon afterward, they issued a warrant. She tried to get the hell out of there. She is facing several felonies, including first-degree murder, tampering with physical evidence, and a third-degree felony. Authorities have not released details. Yeah, Jacob Letworth's family released a statement praising the successful. What did he do to her? Just killing motherfuckers. She felt her psychosis flaring up. The Odessa Police Department did not immediately respond to Lauren Crime's request for additional details surrounding Clara's arrest for Jacob's death. Wow. You never know, man. Like you go to sleep with somebody and you wake up the next morning and they want to kill you. Wow. Get that off my. That is a nightmare. She is a pretty girl too. You think you got the hottest girl in the world, and you wake up and she's like sitting on your chest with the gun, like in Goodfellas. Except she was the one that was smart enough to pull the trigger. Elderly fetish. Okay, okay. Elderly fetishist to serve 3 years for botched dark web castration. That is a mouthful. Pause. An elderly Florida man has been sentenced for the botched castration of a man he met via a website for eunuchs. You know what? Yeah. Evolution catches up to technology because people who are stupid enough to do stuff like this, evolution is calling for them to like drop off. You're holding back humanity. Yeah, evolution is catching up to technology because people are using technology to do stupid shit and it's showing, and the dumb ones are going to drop off. And eventually, hopefully, it'll weed out the idiots. Gary Van Riswick, 76, pled no contest Thursday to unlicensed practice of a healthcare profession resulting in serious bodily injury, according to Highlands County Circuit Court retained the Slicing Senior. They called it a Slicing Senior. Entered a similar plea for a lesser felony charge, according to the outlet. If you're 76, your hands are in no. I don't want you nowhere near my junk. Get out of here. Fuck out of here. I don't want you nowhere near my junk, period. Van Riswick, according to his plea agreement, will be sentenced to 3 years behind bars for the bizarre crime. Bizarre to say the least. The outlet notes the maximum sentence for the top count he pleaded to is 15 years in prison, according to the smoking gun. The fetishist Jesus will likely serve roughly just 2 years in custody, as he will be credited for time served in county jail prior to making bond last November. How is this not a more serious crime? The plea comes nearly 2 years after the Highland County Sheriff's Office arrested and charged Van Riswick in August. He sounds like somebody of Van Riswick, the surgeon with out of a horror movie with practicing medicine, like he was Frankenstein's nurse or whatever, his backup man, or the Associated Press reported Authorities had responded to a home in Sebring, about 85 miles east of Sarasota, following a 911 hangup. And Van Riswick led them to the man he met on the dark web, whose groin was bleeding and who was hospitalized. Oh! The victim was listed in stable condition. Van Wiswick confessed to authorities that he performed a similar procedure at a motel years earlier on a man who did not contact police when he went to the hospital, according to. Oh, what? Why don't you just like? I thought if you want to be castrated, you could just. You don't have to just like just. You can take pills, maybe. Maybe can I take pills? That would be the deal breaker. If I gotta be castrated, I want pills. Don't cut nothing off of me. Just make it like go to sleep for a few years. I don't. Ah, oh, evolution definitely catches up to technology. If you're a human being and you're doing shit like this, you're like no different than those chimps that broke out and just trying to find their way. They're outside of their element. Last third. Woo, get your fucking hands away from my junk hole, man. High voltage. Here's another one. Utah police crack down on people swinging from hammocks on power lines. Evolution catches up to technology. You want to sleep on power lines, you might as well just like do the same thing on railroad track, do the same thing on the freeway, do the same thing like, yeah, why not? That's how you want to go out. The Weber County Sheriff's Office in Utah took to Facebook Friday afternoon with a warning, extreme high voltage, and they have pictures about people like on those high power lines that's like, yeah, in the middle of nowhere. They're just sleeping. They're just hanging from them. Wow, idiots. In the post, the sheriff's office said it has seen more people setting up their hammocks on local power lines and that law enforcement officers plan on cracking down on a potentially electrifying form of recreation. Who wrote this shit? And if I'm a police officer, that's a call I'm going to get rolled up for not responding, for low response time. Yeah, yeah, I'll be right there. 10-4. Yeah, I'm on it. And I want him to. Hey, sir, this is the police. We need you to come down from those power lines ASAP. No, you don't want to come down? Okay, take your time. I'll be back in a couple hours to check on you. And maybe they'll have to like, yeah, scrape his charcoal body off. These are the type of people that cause the brush fires. He's gonna get electrocuted and his charred remains are gonna start a goddamn brush fire. You can't win. Or it's gonna cause a statewide blackout and they gotta get up there and fix the power lines. There's no winning. Over the past few years, we have noticed an increase in people hammocking from the power lines. Who does that? Lines on a bench of North Ogden and Pleasant View, as you can see in the picture below. Yeah, the picture. Maybe I'll post it. Maybe these lines carry 75,000 kilovolts, and that power can jump from the lines. This activity is extremely risky. No shit, Sherlock. It added. The sheriff's office said it will be conducting extra patrols with the electric company, Rocky Mountain Power, and those caught on the towers will be cited for trespassing. I would not. I would be like, you know what? You know what? Take your time. Shoot them with a water gun while they're up there. Get a couple super soakers. Let's make this fun. We would really hate to see someone injured from either a fall or electrocution. They are sugarcoating this because electrocution from 75,000 kilovolts is not like a shock when you put your tongue to a 9-volt battery. It's nothing like it, I promise you. In an interview with KUTV, Lieutenant Courtney Ryan said the sheriff's office will be conducting patrols of the area on ATV, and those caught trespassing could be ticketed. That's just tickets. They want people to die because people ain't scared of tickets. They're gonna keep. Yeah, they want to get just zap a couple people before we make it like jail time. Just let them set the example, get the ball rolling. Like yeah, You interrupt that power, then we look at the risk of people not having power exactly. Now, I mean, hundreds of thousands of people. Last year, Rocky Mountain Park Power also issued a warning about so-called hammocking taking place on power lines in North Ogden and Pleasant View, Utah. Yo, is it so boring out there that that's something to do? Is y'all don't serve no goddamn liquor on Sundays, so y'all just get in a hammock on power lines? A pussy way to commit suicide is you just keep doing it and hoping one day that it'll just leave Utah. According to the newspaper, Steve Rush, Rocky Mountain Power's regional business manager, warned of what can happen when humans are exposed to too much electricity. We know that. They know that. Without getting too graphic, it cooks all of your electrical wiring inside your body and blows body parts off. Wow. At the time, Pleasant View Police Chief Ryan M. Hadley said those bringing hammocks to the power infrastructure seem to be mostly teenagers and younger couples. The stamina, what? There's a good view and it's isolated. He said, "Oh, thanks for keeping the people away. There's a good view and it's isolated." So you want your son and his teenage girlfriend to go up there and make out. That's the new makeouts point in Utah. Is a goddamn is electrical wires. That's where the kids go to get it on. That's I found my thrill. The Weber County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond to Newsweek's request for comment on Sunday afternoon. And that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's where you want to go. That's where you're going to take. That's where, after the prom, that's where you're going to take little Susie and make out with her for the first time. You're going to take her up in power lines and sit her in a hammock and you're going to seal your love for each other. Get the hell out of here. Wow. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up. If you fucks with the show, if you fucks with the podcast, uh, find me on Twitter. Reach out on Twitter at Rise and Shine, RYEZSHYNE, or Halfcast AJ, HALFCAST my I've only had this Instagram account forever. Taco Meat 05, TACOMEAT 05, or just hit my Facebook or Messenger at Rise and Shine. Yo, I love you guys. It's been fun. Holla at y'all very, very soon. Adios.